on the season. And as this room fill up, be sure to hit that like button, share this content, let that friend, that neighbor know where to go. But it's time to tune in to Cowboys Sports Talk. That's including the ice wall. Mama said that there will be days, literally, just like this.
Ready? Run from it. Destiny arrives.
All the same. Now.
What should I say?
Ain't gonna party like a cowboy party. What about a reflection party? 5, 4, 3, 2. Come on. Yeah. All right. Life like this, I wish the raindrops would fall. Come on, be sure to subscribe. Sharing is caring. Come on with it. All right, let's get it. All right, here we go. All right, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. I know you guys been following the channel for a long time. It's draft season. Oh, I forgot to play that chime for your mind. You know, come on, the chime for your mind. Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, that's the draft chime for your mind. And thinking about and looking back at this draft, we got to do a quick reflection. Sometimes it's good to see yourself, right, in the reflection. And they say don't get too greedy with the reflection because there's an old story. Whereas this dog, he looked into the pool of water, and he saw that dog had a bone just like he had one. And the reflection showed that the bone was bigger. So when he went to go grab the bone fell into the water, right? So we got to be mindful of the reflections that we're looking at, making sure that we're not getting too greedy, right? Or we're not overanalyzing and complaining and all of those good things. So looking back at this season, we can all say that the season didn't go the way that we wanted it to go, right? As a Cowboy fan, we want to go to the playoff. We want to win multiple playoff games, and then we want to get to the big dance and do that, and not just go there to just see, but to go there to absolutely win. And then we can grin, right? We can stand tall and all of this stuff. But it didn't happen for us. It's been 30 years, 30 seasons, right, without that feeling. And I'm telling y'all, for those who never got a chance to feel it, I'm telling you, man, it's a good feeling. All right? And I can only explain it. A selective few can explain the feeling that it feels when you get that victory and you see the smiles and the graces of the faces when they lift up that Lombardi trophy. Only a selective few of us, right? Put 3 in the chat if you got a chance to see it with your own natural eyes, right? But speaking of reflection, let's dive into these things before we get into the main topic piece as it relates to Tyler Booker and Donovan Ezeiruaku. Before we go into those details, I want to say this right here, and this is me not being a what we call it, a Trevon Diggs apologist. It's not me doing that, and it's me just pointing out the things that we may see from a different lens. And granted, he's been dog water this year. I'm not trying to be a Trevon Diggs apologist, but I want to point this out.
Trevon Diggs, this came from Next Gen. This brought me such joy because yesterday I said, do I tweet this out? Do I have time for a fight? I did have time for a fight. This is no Cowboys, and of course the Cowboys have nothing relevant really going on with the standings and seedings around them being eliminated as early as they decided to do. Diggs has allowed a 156 passer rating in coverage this year. The highest among 616 corners with at least 20 targets in a season since 2020. A perfect passer rating is 158.3. Again, he's given a 156.3. The next highest allowed this year is 136.
Right there.
Deontay Banks. So all you Diggs defenders, and I tweeted out the link where I said I'm done with it. After the concussion stuff, you weird for that, Trevon. And I said, this is over. This is done. The Diggs cult came for me, and now all of you little rats have gone hiding back into your football holes because I didn't hear not one of you respond yesterday to the tweet like you normally do. You run your mouth, you get dunked on, and then you hide and scurry.
All right, so as I reflect upon the things that he's saying, two things can be true, right? And this is not me fighting 105.3 The Fan. But this is going to be football knowledge 101. Write this down into your mental mindset. If it's one individual player, then it's that player. If one player is struggling, it's that one, right? But the entirety of the unit, if they are struggling, what is it? It is coaching. It is scheme. Everybody, as it relates to DB play, then gave up north of 100 passer rating. Now, Trevon Diggs may be the king of that north of 100 passer rating at 156, and I'm not trying to defend Trevon Diggs. But in actuality, every DB from Elam when he was here to Bland, I could still just throw Booth in there, even though he didn't play for us during the regular season. Hell, Booth probably would have did a better job than most. Revel to Diggs, everyone. Reddy Stewart wasn't ready, or whatever his name may be. And what I'm getting at is that everybody, as it relates to that secondary, played like trash can juice. So, but pointing out one is kind of like, hey, that's a low. And all I can say is that when he goes to another team, lo and behold, let's recircle and circle back to this. But if he do stay on this team, regardless of whether or not you're cheering for him or against him, if you're a Cowboy fan, you really want him to work it out and be good. But the Cowboys, in order to get things moving and grooving, they better, B-E-T-T-E-R, get some type of philosophy, some type of scheme, some type of structure. Because if I poll you guys just watching, right now, what was our scheme? Who fits this system? What was the structure of this defense? All right. What did we try to do to take away? Because when we look back at this, we can literally say to ourselves, man, this team is terrible. Don't y'all know that this defense it's about to be worse than what we've seen in 2020. And it would have been even worse, or what have you, if you really contextualize the fact if, and I'm using the operative word, if your starting quarterback didn't play the full season. You get what I'm saying? Because in 2020, your starting quarterback didn't play the full season, so you had more 3-and-outs, smaller movement of the field, and all of those things. So it is for what it is when you start to think about all of these things and saying that these type of situations. All right, so with that being said, look at this right here. Cowboys Nation, think of it at this point. It states here, as Bobby Belt pointed out on 105.3 The Fan, he allowed most points ever in franchise history through 16 games with 477. Here's what the other defensive coordinators did at that particular time. It's literally in 2025, 477, in 2020, 473, and Nolan fired. You get what I'm saying? In 2024, 445 points, and then in 2010, 436, and then 2013, 432. Now, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, this is crazy because we got one more game, and granted, I think in 2020, were they playing 17 games or not? Y'all let me know. But regardless of the situation, it is the situation that the Cowboys, boy, we better figure this out, and we better figure out a way to get something going. Now, outside of this season, I do have a good nugget for you. I do have a little good nugget for you guys. And it goes like this. In 2010, the following year, in 2011, we had a bounce back year. In 2013, the following year, in 2014, we had a bounce back year. You get what I'm saying? In 2021, that was the following year of 2020. So all of those things, we had a bounce back year, defensively speaking. Now, granted, we had two soils of the wars as it relates to 2024 and 2025. But hopefully that if we bang the table enough and we keep saying, hey, get rid of Matt Eberflus, do your due diligence, Jerry Jones and them, then hopefully something can change. That's all we can think of. Hopefully that something can change for the good and get things going in the right direction. Yeah. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, let me go to the other deal right here as we about to talk about the reflection.
Like football is a child's game. So like people wake up, be like, man, I can't wait to play this football game today. They listen to their hype music, they take all the pre-workout, they get so excited to play football until they come across Tyler Booker. And then when I'm going after you, quarter after quarter, play after play, series after series, and I start to see that love leave their eyes, like that's what makes me love the game. Like I just really love. I like that. I like that.
Yeah. Now, that's the energy from the guy that used to play here. But neither here nor there. Cowboys Nation, I want to know from you all, right? Like right now, out of all of the offensive linemen in the world, guess who ranked within the top 20? Now, I know it's PFF, but these are grades that we can pretty much just talk about and say, hey, if you good, then they pretty much put you up there. What if I told you that Tyler Booker is ranked 16th amongst all of the offensive linemen in the world? So when we look upon the reflection of the 2025 season, we can all say that the first draft pick, even though this season been bad, The first draft pick been okay. He's been okay. So we got to give some sort of a round of applause for him. Yeah. So let's at least acknowledge that part of it. Now, the second person that I got on this list that I want to bring up, but before we go there, let's just cut to this right quick. Appreciate each and every last one of you all for tuning in. Let's right, boom.
Sleeper is the #1 fantasy sports app. It pays to know sports. Pick more or less on top players. Your first pick is on us, so start winning now. Play in Texas, Georgia, Minnesota, and 27 more states. Pick anytime across all sports, pregame or live. Over 10 million players are already on Sleeper. Make your picks count. Score up to 1,000 times your cash. Join today. Get up to $100 credit using code LAW. Call your shot on Sleeper. Download now.
No doubt. Download Sleeper. Use promo code LAW. And on top of that, $20 from me to you will be added to your account. Keep this onto your mental mindset that if you put $100 in, they will match up to $100 on your first initial deposit. Just use promo code LAW. Come on with it. Y'all know how to use it and utilize it. Let's continue to grind to shine. Let's talk about my guy, Donovan Ezeiruaku, who's pretty much close but no cigar guy. Yeah. He is the kind of caliber of edge rusher in our second round draft pick that we can probably reflect on and say, hey, as bad and as horrid, as putrid, as terrible, what other word we can use in? Distasteful as his defense been, right? And giving up all of those yards. There's still a silver lining in all of this, and that's Donovan Ezeiruaku, who's pretty much was leading the running campaign for all of the rookies as it relates to his skill set and what he can bring and what he can't bring and what he's been doing out there. I can tell y'all that Donovan Ezeiruaku, not all rookies as it relates to edge rushers have double-digit sacks. Not all rookies play to the point whereas you're looking back at and you say, hey, this guy's doing X, Y, and Z things as a rookie, and let's give him Rookie of the Year. Not all of them start off that way, right? Sometimes it takes years to build your weaponry. But when you look at Donovan Ezeiruaku, stat amongst rookies, tied for first in sacks as far as 3, tied for second in tackles for loss with 6, and that was through the month of November. Did he keep that pace up? I can tell you not really. But one thing I can tell you is that with our first 2 picks, Tyler Booker and Donovan Ezeiruaku, they're a whole lot better than the Mozzie Smith and the Schoonmaker, man. Come on with it. Yeah. So it is for what it is, you know. My guy, Donovan Ezeiruaku, and who was our first 2 picks the season before? Was it, Tyler Guyton and as well? Let me see if we can pull up. Marshawn Nealon, R.I.P. to my guy, Marshawn Nealon. But these 2 picks from this, we went with the same type of philosophy. We went with a offensive lineman and an edge rusher. And then in 2024, we went with offensive line and the edge rusher. Well, do we go with offensive line and the edge rusher this season? What do we do? You know, jeez. But neither here nor there. The whole overall concepts of it is that when we reflect on these 2 right here, Tyler Booker and Donovan Ezeiruaku, they played to the point whereas we got to give them both passing grades. I can't see how we can look at this and reflect upon it and say that these guys been dog water, right? Now, the entirety of the team, yeah, we can talk about that, but these 2 guys, man, come on, man. They've been doing their thing. Bear with me. I'm going to pull up this other deal right here and get things going. If you follow my my Instagram and Facebook and Twitter, we did do some research on David Bailey, who's another edge rusher. If he somehow falls to the 15th spot, do you guys take a pick at him? Do you take a look at him too? Because he's another edge rusher. Or do you say to yourself, I'm going into this situation, and before I move any other way, I'm going to make sure that we get us a edge rusher that's been around the block, like a Max Crosby. I'm not finna play around with my food on this other stuff. Jerry Jones had some things to say, but before we go on to that, let's talk about Brian Flores.
Jerry keeps on talking about, I'm sick and tired of the turnover. I'm sick and tired of new scheme every single year. I want consistency. I think Brian Flores is the guy that you can count on to bring that multi-year consistency. So maybe he does pony up the money because he sees the opportunity to let some of these younger players and some of these veteran players even get their tools maximized and get their skills maximized for the next 3 years, at best, if he does get another head coaching job down the line. So I think long-term security, he might be okay with a bigger investment. That's just me being hopeful and saying if it does happen, I think that's why.
Before I dissect that, that segment there, why do we do this to ourselves? Why? Tell him that is human nature. Why do we do it that way? You know what I'm saying? Why do we do it like to a point whereas instead of casting a web or a net out for a large total sum of good defensive coordinators, we pinpoint and laser it down to only one, And I'm not taking away anything from Flores and them. But why do we all of a sudden just look at one individual and say, hey, he must be the guy that we're going to bring in? Instead of saying, okay, he's a prospect. If things go south with the Vikings, if they're not able to renew him, then we will fit it in for that. But we also would like to put our name in the hat for Jim Schwartz. We also like to put our name in the hat, if we can, right, for other defensive coordinators. But as always, we focus in on one, And I think that the Cowboys, regardless of the situation, they may play around with this, and if they don't move swift enough, and if they take too long, then they will do the classic hire from within, elevate from within, and it could be White Cotton in them. It's a plethora of guys. Right. I just wanted to put that out there.
Max Crosby, 2 years, $65.5 million left in his contract. $5 million of that will be eaten by the Raiders. So if he gets traded, assuming they don't change any of the contract, but you could do that, 2 years, $60.5 million to the new team. Do you believe that the Dallas Cowboys, no matter how much love and respect...
All right, before we go a little further, I got something intriguing. Matt says, give Flores $8 to $10 million a year if you're serious about doing anything. If not, just get a cheap DC. The Cowboys barely scraped and paid Mike McCarthy $7.5 million, close to $8 million a year. That's how Mike McCarthy, he was the head coach. And coaches of his, I guess, same peers, Sean Payton, and we all know the win to loss, they both got one Super Bowl, but the win to loss ratio is damn near identical. Playoff wins is identical. Was making double that, is 18 to 19 million. So Cowboys don't pay coaches, especially head coaches, that amount of money, 8 to 10. So I can only fathom of what they will pay the defensive coordinator. And especially Flores, they may look at Flores and say, yeah, you cool, brother. I like you. But I don't know, you know what I'm saying? I ain't finna pay no $8 to $10 million. Because we don't do that around here. We don't pay people around here as it relates to coaching, you know. But the Cowboys are, to be fair, middle of the pack paying the quarterbacks. Not quarterbacks, but middle of the pack playing their coaches. And that's just for what it is, you know. All right, but listen to the rest of this, by the way.
They have for Max Crosby would take on a player that would hit the cap at $30 million per year, not to mention the draft assets that would go along in that deal.
I think the combination of those two things that you just said make it pretty much impossible for Jerry and Steven to sit down and say, yes, this is a logical move. If one thing was lesser than the other, if it was maybe less draft capital that would be needed, if it was less money that you're taking on, I think they would say, pull the trigger because we don't have enough time.
Max Crosby.
Yeah. The whole Max Crosby thing. Yes, you can afford. You got to restructure some contracts. You got to push it down the road. And then you got to get creative, Jerry, Steven, and whoever else handled the books or what have you. You know, the guy that worked at Costco's or McDonald's that's handling the Cowboys' salary caps and stuff like that. Use ChatGPT. Gronk. Use one of those apps, man. Help us out. Because it's possible to be able to extend and stretch and pull some of these guys' contracts so that you can get the right ingredients, you know. Crosby is 27, 28, so he's still relatively young as an edge rusher. He got at least 3 to 4 years of high-end upside, give or take. The other guy that we haven't been bringing up was Trey Hendrickson. Now, like, he's pretty much a free agent, I believe, but he got a taste of that $30 million a year type of blood, and he's a little longer in the tooth, so he's looking for his finality of a contract. Now, sometimes, you know, you get lucky here and there. It's just the fact that the prove-it deal for him probably is still going to be north of 30, because when you get used to making that type of money, you ain't trying to moonwalk back. And he's been hurt guy. So even though Trey Hendrickson averaged anywhere between 14 to 16 sacks a season, he's a little long in the tooth. Now, he's absolutely 30 to 31. So I don't know how you're going to do that and get things moving and grooving and say to yourself, okay, all right, it is for what it is. You know, but we do need edge rushers. Either you can pray and hope that Donovan Ezeiruaku is going to have a sophomore unbelievable year and all of the tools that he got is going to marry each other and be this explosive piece. You can say, okay, I'm bringing back Jadeveon Clowney, maybe with a different philosophy and schemes and skill sets of coaching. Maybe that can help us out. But I don't know, man. You know, one of the things that I'm going to just touch on just a little bit from a coaching aspect. Yeah, Fowler was disappointing. Yeah. When you are not able to get pressure organically, you got to figure out ways to mix it up just a little bit. Got a super chat. Let the AI speak.
At Regina Green, $427.05. If Jerry would pay out for only 1 year, top-tier players and coaches. It would only take 1 year to get the gold.
If Jerry would pay out for only 1 year. If Jerry really wanted to get the best and the max return of his money, there's no salary cap as it relates to coaching. He will find the greatest minds and put them in the room. he would hire more and more coaches to have them in the room so that we can teach these guys skills and techniques, and keeping their shoulders squared and having these hard go-to points, right? And sometimes you would see they do it on a collegiate level, whereas they have over 100 coaches, because you have so many student bodies. And they'll make sure that their staff is staffing, right? And they will hire more and more people as far as their workout facilities and beyond. And he would say, hey, at all costs, I want that chip. But I just don't think that they operate that way, because if you think about it, the whole goal of their business is to generate revenue. This is a marketing team to do cross businesses, right? They utilize the shield of the star to help invest other things, right? Whereas when you start to talk about other franchises and organization, they got massive amount of wealth that they make their money elsewhere, and these are just hobbies for them. They're not that much ingrained with the ideology that they're using the NFL for their main sources of income. And I'm not counting Jerry's money. I'm not counting Jerry's money. He might make more money doing the oil deals and selling stocks and being the board of advisories for Pfizer and all of this stuff, and getting people to take some stuff allegedly as far as jabs and stuff, and being on part of that and having stocks in these particular things and all of that. I don't know. But one thing we can all say, that there was a clip from Mark Cuban who said to Jerry, hey, don't look at this as you using this for an investment for your Cowboys, but look at this as the hobby aspect. So that's why he's able to do a little bit more with less. And granted, I'm not saying that Mark Cuban knows more than Jerry. He only got one ring in his tenure, and he sold the team majority of the half to the other lady or what have you. But neither here nor there, not to get off on a tangent, is that I just don't think that Jerry Jones value winning a Super Bowl. He can talk about it because he wants to win it his way. Jerry all freaking his hobby? I don't know, man. Who's out here watching Landman? Who watched Landman, right? And the last episode that I watched, and it's season 2, the lady, one of the lawyers, she's trying to do cost analysis. They're looking for $400 million, right? And there's one drill site that's going to cost about north of $400 million. But it's all a calculated risk. And 9 times out of 10, they have less than a 5% chance of hitting the gas or oil reserve in order to recoup and get some of that money back. That's the risk that a lot of people handle with and deal with in that oil business, And it's crazy. It's crazy. It's on Paramount or something like that on Prime. But, yeah, it's called Landman. And you can just, if you're really in tune with Fort Worth and Midland and all of that, this is gold for you, because now you can see behind the scenes what's going on with those guys that really live almost damn near paycheck to paycheck, just like us common folks. But it's on a massive scale. Jerry Jones may be doing the same thing. All I know is he may be living paycheck to paycheck on a massive scale, hoping that if I can hit some more oil here, maybe I can pay off some of these old fines and debts that I owe there. You get what I'm saying? And it is for what it is. Brandy says 75% of our team on defense play good with Quinn as the defensive coordinator. It's more about flus, not the players laughing out loud. This is, I guess that was mad too, Brandy. Appreciate you. Let's go to the next topic at hand right here.
Everybody always does this, but this year, of course, it's pretty easy to pick on that defense. And but let me say this one more time. It's not all Eberflus at all. And he has buy-offs all the way through the coaching staff and the organization as to the things he was doing to try to play defense. So that's a team-wide breakdown for us not to play better defense than we've had. Not an Eberflus breakdown per se, just him. Everybody.
What Jerry talking about, man? What do Matt Eberflus got on you, man? What do he have on you or Gene Jones, Charlotte Jones? What do he have? Did he walk in at the wrong time but the right time for him on you? Come on, man. What do he got over you? Come on. Any of us would have been fired midway through the season. What happened to Law, man? Yeah, man. He had this defense, man. Everybody giving up yards. And there's a wham in a circle over there, man. If I would have seen CeeDee Lamb and Pickens on my team, and if I would have seen my running back about to head towards 1,000 yards midway through the season, right? If I would have saw that, I would have been like, you know what? Hey, man. Hey. You mean to tell me that everything working on the car? But you got bad tires? Hey, with bad tires, you can slide and hit the ditch. Run it. You got everything working on the cars. Put like this. You got everything working on the cars, but you got no brakes. So you get going, you can't stop. You can't even defend yourself because you got no brakes. This is where we're at. It's crazy, ladies and gentlemen. It is flat out crazy. We should have been put some brakes on this car. We should have been able to say, hey, at least get the Fred Flintstones, man. Put your feet out there to stop this crazy car from riding into this wall of no playoffs, of big disappointment. Ice Cold says Eberflus biography, How to Glaze the NFL.
Jerry, George Pickens, he's on the mind of several hopeful Cowboys fans. He has become a big fan favorite. You see a lot of 3 jerseys out there in the stands at AT&T Stadium. He is, of course, represented by David Mulugeta, just like...
Okay. And let me see. My guy Seabass, he says, doesn't matter if you don't want to keep changing coordinators for the 3rd or the 4th time. If he's not the right guy, he's not the right guy. Rather than to hurt this team. Ooh, that's a good one. That's a good one. That's a real good one. Ooh. Yeah. Sometimes you just strike out, y'all. I know. You know. We know. That it's not good to continue to change out defensive coordinators. We know that. It's not good for chemistry, continuity. But sometimes the hardest thing in life is holding on. And you got to let go. Let me see. Sometimes, let me see if I can find it. Yeah. I think I found the analogy. Come on with it, man. Boy, y'all better watch out. All right. Hold on. Let me see if I can find the picture and everything. Hold on. Sometimes you just got to let it go. It looks like another love TKO. Come on with it, man. All right, hold on. Let me see if I can find a picture that explains what I'm trying to say. For some reason, the picture's so small. Let me see. Here we go. I got it now.
You got us the poet $5. Of course, it's not just one thing. It's a combination. Some of them players ain't happy. They just can't say it out loud. Morale matters.
morale do matters. Let me see if I can bear with me, ladies and gentlemen. I'm trying to finagle my way, and I appreciate you so much, you guys. Thank you so much. All right, boom. For some reason, not letting me screen grab it, but we will. Come on with it. Come on with it. Boom, 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 bam. It states here, sometimes holding on does more damage than letting go. Now, donation, appreciate you, Sean Harris. And thank you so much again, you guys, about, the morality clause of the players, I get it. It's never a good thing to continue to move on from a defensive coordinator. And there are some ladies, I'm going to just use this as an example. There are some ladies that's watching the chat right now that's with their third Tyrone, and he keep abusing them, spitting on them, slapping them, beating them up. They already got two different baby daddies, and now they're pregnant again. And this is bad. It's a bad equation. Bad equation altogether. And there are some people that will hold on to that Tyrone just so that they won't be saying, damn, I got 3 different baby daddies, and this one right here, at least he don't beat me up as bad. But, man, he's trifling and no good, but I don't want to get back out there on the market because it's going to look foolish of me of going to the 4th one, So I'm going to hold on. And there's people right now that grew up with that person, you know what I'm saying? They're like, damn, man, mama don't even like him, but he just there because, she don't want to move on. Because what's happening here is that the afraidness of moving on to the next person, you might get another bad one, So you might as well, you just holding on, thinking that this guy going to change. He ain't never changing. 20 years, 25, 30 years later, you still getting beat on here and there. You still not getting food and all of this. He just there in the house. And he know you ain't going nowhere by now. And that's just for what it is. Y'all know I'm telling the truth. Somebody right now said, yeah, she ain't moving on. They call it settling. A lot of people settle. I thought Tyrone was a friend. Well, y'all, I'm gonna leave Tyrone alone. Daryl or somebody, I ain't gonna use Darius, but Daryl. I don't know if he got a Daryl over here, but Daryl and them, just with Daryl. But sometimes holding on does more damage than letting go. It's time for us to let go, Matthew Eberflus, man. But Law, what about if he just gets some of the pieces that he need? It's like the abuser saying, hey, what if he can just get a new car? Maybe they stressed out because they got to take the bus. Yeah. Maybe I just, cook him breakfast or something. Maybe he just stressed out because he's hungry, And now he just drive by beating your butt. And now he's beating your butt with a full stomach, So it is for what it is. It's time to move on. Stop trying to fix a broken part. Everybody else saw it. Everybody else sees it. He ain't no good, and it's time to move on. But the Cowboys, if Jerry Jones try to hold on to Matthew Eberflus, we need to know what he got on him, Come on, man. All right, so that's just my rationale and thought process of that,
Micah Parsons was, do you guys anticipate negotiating with David or directly with George this offseason?
I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Probably both. but I certainly intend to be speaking with George, and I always have, always do.
Jerry, George Pickens, he's on the mind of several hopeful Cowboys fans. He has become a big fan favorite. You see a lot of 3 jerseys out there in the stands at AT&T Stadium. He is, of course, represented by David Mulugeta, just like Micah Parsons was. Do you guys anticipate negotiating with David or directly with George this offseason?
I don't know. We'll see how it goes.
We don't need to telegraph our decisions. Let time take care of that. As we reflect upon this, we don't need to let the world know. Jerry, I would love for us to just wake up one morning. We get the crust out of our eyes. We thank the Creator. We look up the Cowboys information before we brush our teeth and wash our face. We just thank God for waking me up. Dear old gracious Father, thank you for this beautiful day. I'm going to have a blessed day today. And then we just pull up our phone and we see that George Pickens signed a deal. Wouldn't that be good? You know, and I get it. You still get the critics to say, hey, you shouldn't have paid him or what an overpay. You're still going to get that. But I would love for us to do that. Because, damn it, that happened to us one of these days with Jake Ferguson, right? We woke up one day. It was just a random day. Jake Ferguson, breaking news. Jake Ferguson signed a $50 million contract. Hey, I want that to happen to my guy, George Pickens. You know, just us waking up on a random day, and it's not too late. Before the free agency, before speculations, before the hate, and before all of the people saying that he ain't worth this and he ain't worth that, I just want us to wake up and it's a deal on the table. And now we going into this thing of saying, you know, hey, you know, it's good. It's good because now all we have to focus in during the offseason on offense is a left tackle maybe, and pairing up the running back with another running back. You know, that's what I would love. You know, let me know. Put 3 in the chat if that's something that you would like to know. You know what I'm saying? Put 3 in the chat. Put 3 in the chat if that's something that you would love for the Cowboys. You just wake up. Jerry say, I got you, Law. You trying to be slick. Oh, I got you, man. You know, Jerry mad at me now, you know.
What's your point? What's your point?
Yeah.
Okay, so what?
Yeah. Jerry gonna wait till he gonna sprinkle some type of news before playoffs. He gonna sprinkle some type of news before the Super Bowl. He's gonna try to get in front of. He's gonna steal some of this playoff news. You can book it. I already know. Yes, indeed. Yeah, let Schottenheimer find his own defensive coordinator. That'll be good too. Yeah.
What is on that Jerry Jones notepad of 1, 2, 3 that you think we should cover and talk about?
Well, I would start really with the game Sunday and candidly, and I'm going to sway that to some degree because that's the level of importance we're putting Sunday at. And consequently, I think how we play that game, we're going to start Dak, and certainly going to be doing the kinds of things that now how we use Dak, where we using those kinds of things. Let's just make that a part of the game plan that we really won't talk about. But still, we think it's so important to us to have that game with the same, if you will, feeling.
Oh my God! Who the hell
but
cares?
Hopefully afterwards that we had against Washington the other day.
What is on that Jerry?
So what? Jerry's saying the 1, 2, 3 topics over to him. Jerry, what were you saying, man?
Is there anything else you'd like to say to the fan base about the season, or anything else? Just to recap.
Absolutely, I would very much to all of our fans, not just the ones listening. But we made a big decision 2 years ago when we basically extended Dak and made him the emphasis on our roster going forward. Yeah. And what we do has been to get that in shape to get us to the playoffs and get us to the big game, Super Bowl. We made steps toward that this year. Believe it or not, we have. And we have enhanced the offensive line. We've enhanced the receiving core, the running core around that. And so I feel very good about where we are there. Now, we've got to get in there and be more solid. We can't just depend totally on turnovers. Now, you can't be void of turnovers, but we've got to have a more solid defense. That's disappointing this year. We will get better on defense. I promise you that.
Is there anything else?
What's your point?
Hey, Jerry boy. That Jerry can sell yellow snow, man. Man, a little salty though. Where y'all get this yellow snow from, man? You know, this snow cone tastes pretty, you know. Jerry be selling sand at the beach, man. I like to get 4 buckets of the sand. Oh, my gosh, boy. He be selling, man. So he said it, you know. He pissed down your back and say, hey, there's rain. You know, these drops coming out really crazy. Oh, that's just a little rain. Yes, boy, if you think I'm lying, check out those turkey tacos, man. Just Google it, you know, Carrie Champion and Jerry Jones and turkey tacos to let me know what comes up. But it's crazy. It's crazy. Unlucky. Appreciate you.
At unlucky $8,719.20. Law Nation Sports saluting face.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for your support. I really do appreciate that.
You merely adopted the dark.
I was born in it.
Oh, my goodness!
Appreciate you so much. So, all right. So, he said the defense will get better. And I don't know if that's organically speaking, by the way. Now, there's 3 areas where you can get it better at. 1 being the draft, 2 being the changing out the positioning of the defensive coordinator, and 3 being, hey, whoever you go and get, that they bring in realism, like as it relates to, like I said the other day, I literally said, hey, zone defense is not bad. Zone defense been around for many a moons, but you just can't play too much of zone defense. 90% of the zone defense, where everybody was scouted here to be a man-to-man corner or press-man corner. Not to say that these boys can't play zone, but you're supposed to do it to the strength of your players, not to their weaknesses. You get what I'm saying, everybody that's listening? Fellas, let me put y'all on game real quick. Dollar Shave Club just sent me their signature
and they understand
diamond grip razor
that is involved
with the signature 6-blade series of their razor. And on top of that, they threw in a Dollar Shave Club shave butter. I'm telling you right now, I know they trying to get me to shave it all off, but I'm not finna do that, by the way. But we are going to take a look at to what this blade can do for you. And I'm telling you, precision, real good cut. When you apply the shave butter, let me get myself together. You got the shave butter, and if you have the little rough edges right here, let me show you what you need to do. Apply a little dime size on your hand, and then you put it around the edges here. Come on with it. Put it around the edges here. So what we do is we go with the grain right here. Shave all that down right there. Keep them edges looking good. And go with the grain. And with that, this precision cut is one of the best in the world. And then we go right here. Yeah, get that all up under that neck. That precision, precise cut makes everything look right. And on top of that, Look at them edges there. And it smells good. And when you smell good and look good, you already know you're going to podcast good. Let's get it. Discount offer, 25% off the first month of subscription for the first purchase with the minimum purchase of $8. Man, come on with it. So you want that pure and clean, good look and really savvy touch? Be sure to check out Dollar Shave Club and join the series so you can get your diamond grip and you won't slip. And they have this protective alloy to have your skin smooth. That's been my time. Yes, indeed. Appreciate you guys for yours. All right. Shout out to everybody, Dollar Shave Club. Get your percentages off. Just use promo code LAW on any platform. Just use LAW. Like I said just the other day, if you're at Walmart and you need a checkout line, LAW. If you at Costco's in them, LAW. Come on, man. Just let your soul glow. Shout out to you, Sadiq, for members for 60 months, civil level 1. Oh, my God. 60 months is a long time. Yeah. Let's go to one other deal that I want you guys to partake in.
There are times in life you wish you had a do-over. If you're in a wreck, make the smart choice right away. Frenkel and Frenkel, feared by the insurance companies. Call Frenkel first.
Gene, Scott, and Mark. Appreciate both of them, or all three of them, by the way. 214 or 817, and every three that you can dial. That's our proud partners, Frenkel and Frenkel Personal Injury Lawyers, backed by a combined of 100 years of experiences. And I'm telling you this, ladies and gentlemen, these are not vampires, but they will vamp for you. And all you have to do is call that number, 817 in every three or 214 in every three, until you get one of my proud partners, Frenkel and Frenkel Personal Injury Lawyers. Come on with it. Cowboys Nation and everyone that's listening, let's do this. Let's do this for a quick second.
Call my phone, hit my line, only ones who down.
On top of that, ladies and gentlemen, if you can't dial that line, just visit frankelfirm.com. But there's one line that you can dial, 657-390-7391. Come on with it. Chargers game. Please hire Brian Flores. Yeah. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Appreciate everybody. I got from the 313. I got Cuddy. You're live on the Nation, man. Brought to you by FrankelFirm.com. Talk to me, bro.
Law, what's going on, brother? How you doing?
All is well. Can't complain at all, bro. What you got for the
nation? Good. And before I forget, man, just a happy, early happy New Year, man. Wishing the best for you, man. You blessed us over this year, man, with coming on here and keeping us up to date, man, and raising us up. And so I really appreciate it, man. And looking forward to another year having you doing that.
Man, all praises to the Most High, man. I appreciate you, man, for being able to speak good things about me, man, in my name. So I appreciate you, man. What you got for me today, bro?
You my guy. You my guy. Well, I mean, so you hit it right on the head, man, about, it'd be great if we looked up and, they were proactive and signed Pickens and, got that done before free agency. And,
yeah.
How much confidence do you have? This is a loaded question. How much confidence do you have, though, that they'll do that? And then my other question I have for you after you answer that is, like, for us to get on track, we have so many holes to fill. It's got to be a balance of free agency and also the draft. Like, you can't say we want just our guys. Like, we gotta. It's going to be it need to be a combination of those. So how much how much confidence do you have that they're going to move in that direction?
Okay. Before we go, I'm trying to cross verify. Are we getting breaking news right now? Diggs being released. Let me see. Whereas I can type this in, Trevon Diggs, but and then you might have to. Yeah. Let me see. I'm gonna go to my trusted source as relates to Twitter. Have yourself. He said, man, we get rid of this naysayer before New Year, man. Get rid of him, All right. Breaking. The Cowboys have released Trevon Diggs. A bad day for the Diggs family. Breaking news. Trevon Diggs per Todd Archer. Hey, man, this is now the Trevon Diggs show. Let me save right here and bear with me because I got to put this all on the U's and the tubes of everything. So with that being said, now that Trevon Diggs is gone, they can allocate and designate it to the June 1st and get $15 million. Hold on, let me text my person right here.
Crazy.
Hold on. You keep talking though. Hold on. Hold on.
Yeah. No. I mean, listen, it's the Cowboys, and Jerry gonna find a way to stay relevant. We ain't make the playoffs. What can we do? Let's cut Diggs. You know what I mean?
Now you know what's gonna happen all together. Now that I sent that out to my people, and we're gonna have Cowboys Collective tonight. I know somebody dancing, boy. His name is Foots da King. You know what I'm saying? I know Foot somewhere right now is footing this over here saying, hey, man, I told y'all about him. All right, so now that Trevon Diggs is a free man, he might end up going to the damn Bears if he clear waivers. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The Packers.
Nah, he ain't going to those Packers, man. It's too cold, man, with them type of knees, man. But
his
that is
boy
wild.
is over there. That's what I thought. His boy over there, and that's where he wanted to be anyway, man. So, all right, Law. I mean, this is taking another whole direction, man.
Man,
so
it did, man.
I want to hold you up, brother.
No doubt, man. I'm trying to navigate and flood the waters myself over here, but I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. And
we'll catch up now.
Yeah. All right, appreciate you.
Brother.
That's Cuddy, man. So we got breaking news. The Cowboys decided to hold on. Bear with me, so I got to make it all look cute over here on my end. Give me 1 second here. The breaking news of the breaking news. And this is how we got to do it so I can do this pre-record. Now y'all seeing behind the scenes action. All right. 5, 4, 3, 2. Got breaking news. The Cowboys had decided to release Trevon Diggs, who's had really a terrible year this past season. And the Cowboys decided to part ways with Trevon Diggs. I get it that, he wasn't living up to the kind of caliber of what we expected him to be, especially after signing that $97 million contract. And these last 2 seasons been very abysmal for his pretty much resume on his career. I hope all is well with Trevon Diggs mentally. We hope that something can turn out for the good for him down the stretch. But the Cowboys on the other end of it will, I believe, save about $15 million. So with Diggs being able to be gone from this team, now the Cowboys can sit back and say, okay, it's over with. Now it's finna head to a new directions. You can book it that the Cowboys either in free agency is going to bring in another defensive back, or to another degree that we're going to get into this drafting pool and draft a defensive back. Now, Jamad McCoy, he's pretty nice. The kid from LSU, Mansour Delane, he's really nice as well. So there are some eligible, and I'm saying this loosely, some eligible DBs in this draft that you can look at. Now my thing is with Jamad McCoy, he got that knee thing. So we just been dealing with a lot of knee things over here. So we don't want to do that again. I want to know how y'all feel on a scale of 1 to 7 about Trevon Diggs leaving. 7 being the highest. Are you happy that Trevon Diggs is gone? Put a 7 in the chat. And if you're displeased about Trevon Diggs being gone, man, just put a 1 or a 0 in the chat. Cowboy Nation, Diggs is gone. We got to move it on. So no more Diggs, no more Parsons, no more any of those guys that used to have this defense rocking and shaking from left to right. Let me know how y'all feel down below. That's all my thoughts on Trevon Diggs and his existence here. Hope he lands good and to a good spot. Come on with it. Yeah, so we got a few 7s here. Let me see if I can pull that up right quick on all of the people that's commenting. Thank y'all for y'all patience there. I'm going to upload that to the other platform while we get things going. But I think that you have to put into the fact that Clemson kid is pretty good too. Clemson is Avion Terrell, really good. He's 5'11", 195 pound DB. Colton Hood, he's in my top 10 DBs. Chris Johnson from San Diego State. Be mindful of him. He's pretty good. And there was another guy, Malik Muhammad. That's a really good DB that I've been looking at film and stuff on. So there's a few guys out there that we can take a look at and partake on. But it is a situation that the Cowboys now is in very big need of a defensive back. 7 + 7 = 14. Yeah. No picks for Diggs, nothing. But you save about $15 million. And I have Swayze from the 908, man. You're live on the Nation, man. Talk to me, man.
What's going on, Law?
Not much. What you got for me?
I just wanted to call in, really about Matt Eberflus, but since the Trevon Diggs situation came in, it kind of was expected. I don't see anyone being surprised by the move. Mm-hmm. You can't disrespect your boss while also playing like hot garbage. Like, it's a bad combination, right? In terms of keeping your employment. So in that particular situation, Trevon and Stephon, they had a lot of off the field issues, and you just don't feel like dealing with it. So I think it was a great move by the Joneses. They basically saying that you're not above the star, and that should be the motto for ongoing for the next 15 to 20 years. Like, no one's above the star, even Michael Parsons. Now,
got breaking news.
ACL injury, so he's not gonna be around for next year. I just think that a lot of Cowboys fans, like, you cannot hold these players to a high pedestal because they come and go. I think this is a great move. Like, what about you? Do you think it was a great move by the Cowboys from an organization standpoint?
From a org standpoint, I'm looking at it like, all right, so what's the plan now? I do know that we operate out of emotions, which emotions are emotions, right? But what would be the finite game plan now? What's the replacement factor? And then I know people are going to say, well, it's easy to replace him. Passer rating allowed was 156, you know what I'm saying, when targeted. So all I'm saying is we never replaced what we had out of DeMarcus Lawrence, right? And that was a lot of people talk about Parsons, but we never replaced DeMarcus Lawrence, right? And even though we were going into this season with these injuries and hoping that the recovery time would be good for Trevon Diggs, we technically didn't replace that aspect out of it because what we went got Elam, he wasn't replaceable for what the production level what Trevon Diggs did, and as well as Siobhan Revel. He technically wasn't a replacement for this year for Trevon Diggs. So the next phase will be who's going to be the replacement going into 2026.
I get what you're saying. Me personally, I think our